Let me present a game I have been keeping a fairly close eye on for some time now. A game that I actually never finished a quite hefty demo of. A game that went beyond the sunset of what I imagined it would turn out to be. Today, my friends, an egg-shaped ball guy, that's me, Slim Bratsky, will do his best to help you in deciding whether this game is worth your time in buckaroonies or not. So let's do this. My Bratskis, this is a phenomenal semi-open world first-person shooter that pushes the GZDoom engine and takes what you expect from a regular straightforward first-person shooter, shoves that in the bin and presents you with something that manages to both feel unique, fun and rewarding. And I'm almost being mild when I say that. This game, it does things to you, but it does also have some aspects that actually drags it down a bit. But don't worry, I will touch on them soon. But first, you awake from cryostasis with memories lost in the confusing fog of hypersleep. Immediately, you begin to manifest powerful abilities, lightning-fast reactions, innate combat skills, near supernatural agility. Your talents are quickly recognized. A mysterious woman named Yuri offers you a deal in exchange for getting your memories back. You need to utilize your powers to become a street samurai in the crime-ridden, plague-stricken Sunset City. And this is where the hunt to take down a gangster boss begins. You are thrown into this gorgeous looking city that manages to make your jaw drop in an instant. It is so freakishly beautiful and well put together that I'm almost hypnotized by it. In this city is where you will start your exploration. What do you mean exploration, Slim? Well, let me explain. Well, your mission will never be clear as day and there is no form of objective written anywhere to help you get going. The game throws you in expecting you to start talking to NPCs or just explore, and no matter what route you take, it will for the most time lead you somewhere where there is something that needs doing. Now this is all part of the game's open design, but I do wish that it did lock you off if you did not acquire the right thing or talk to the right NPC to actually go where you're going. At the same time, I love the fact that the game doesn't hold your hand at all. It's all up to you how much you want to explore, how many side missions you want to do. It gives a sense of insane freedom. Almost a bit too much. The problem being that I did not know what to actually do to advance in the main mission. Most of the time exploring was just me trying to figure out where I was supposed to go. Sometimes it didn't even feel like I chose this path. Felt like I ended up here or there because I had no idea where to actually go. So I found myself here trying to figure that out. What I'm saying is that there has to be a good balance between holding your hand and not holding it. And this game just simply lets go of your hand way too much. I mean, it is very rewarding finding something without anyone holding your hand, but it is also extremely frustrating not knowing where to go and just running around like a headless chicken. And the headless chicken thing, it happened way too often. Don't forget to save your game early and often. How do I continue? Once you end up in a place where you are either supposed to be or not, you can count on having to fight for your life. And oh boy, the fighting is so damn good in this game. Much like its gorgeous GZDoom graphics, the fighting is over the top. There will be plenty, and I mean plenty of enemies on screen at once. But that is fine, as the areas that you will be fighting in are so well designed. They are designed so that it feels like you can dance around it with your dash, double jump and slide to avoid all the non-hit scanning enemies and blast them into smithereens with its amazing feeling weapons. Apart from the energy pistol, that one needs to have more oomph to it. But the shotgun, it does not. Told you the game was gonna amp up, didn't I tell you? And the enemy variety is plenty. Everything from zombies, robots, samurais to flying droids. This game will throw everything at you, all requiring a little bit of a different tactic to them to take down. I have already seen more different enemy variations and environment variations than I see in full-fledged games. I mean, one of the enemies might shoot you from far away, requiring you to use a more accurate weapon. The other one might have a shield that needs taken down with the energy pistol's charged shot, and so on. The variation goes far and beyond what I expected it to, and and it does it in a really good way, adding both variety and huge depth to the combat that makes you long for the next enemy encounter. And then there are bosses that I will not spoil for you today, but there is something else to the combat that really adds to it that I'm about to spoil to you right now, and that is the animations. The death animations on the enemies are chef's kiss. You can slice people in half, dismember every limb, or just shoot them regularly in the chest, and it all looks so smooth and satisfyingly animated with tons of blood and sparks, further making you long for that next enemy encounter. The animations are really good. Now this is a very interesting aspect to the game, one that definitely helps set itself apart from other shooters. I talked about its open mission design, and the same thing goes for the levels. Very few areas are actually locked off. You are free to explore, no matter if it is the right way or not, which in return can make you confused as you go, but oh so rewarding once you find something. This open level design will have you backtracking from time to time, and to me a good aspect is that once you cleared an area of enemies, those enemies stay dead. What that does is let you explore in peace, which is good, because going back and forth while looking for the right way and having to deal with the same enemies over and over would have been nothing but frustrating. Open levels or not, the actual design of the levels are quite amazing. There is so much to the level design of this game that it's nuts. Just as the enemies, the variation just never stops. You will see yourself inside a mall, a radioactive area, downtown clubs, arcades, spaceships, rooftops, and a lot more. And just about every aspect that can be utilized in this game has been utilized. It is a shit ton of fun to explore and experience. And it's not like a rooftop segment takes you 2 minutes and you're done. Oh no, they are well designed and takes both braining and gameplay skill to get through, no matter if it's on the main path or just a side thing. This is beautiful. Now I want to get out that the tone, ambience and feeling of the game is really good. Everything combined with the open level design, music, the crazy enemies and cool weapons creates something that is very hard to put down. Everything combined with the open level design, music, crazy enemies, cool weapons, good graphics, balance between combat, puzzle solving and platforming creates something that is very hard to put down. You just keep on going and going, and even though you find yourself stuck, not once did I feel like I wanted to give up. The sense of mystery and reward around every corner is something I quite never experienced in a boomer shooter like this before. It is almost like it takes the System Shock 1 formula but turns it into a boomer shooter. And a thing I didn't mention yet is that you can access a thing called the network, much like in System Shock. In this network you will be battling vaporware looking foes and cracking puzzles in vaporware looking environments, which only adds to the amazing experience that this game already offers.
Hostile detected in the range.
So would I recommend this game? Yes, my friends, I would. After watching this, I think you have a good idea of what to expect when jumping into this game, and with this knowledge, I'm sure it will amp up your experience even further. At least it actually did for me. From the get-go, I felt extremely lost, as I did not know that the game was not going to show me any objective. I was constantly looking for one, and I felt like I was going the wrong way as none had appeared. But when I got confirmation that the game was not going to show me one, that's when I started to enjoying it much more. And another thing that I haven't touched on in this review is the RPG aspects of the game. While it does offer a few interactable NPCs, they are not all that many, and there is no attribute upgrades in the game, but simply an upgrade station where you can increase your health or weapons ammo, and that's it. Now episode 2 of Early Access is said to further expand on this, but nonetheless, this is an experience that made me feel like a Cyberpunk Street Samurai more than any game have ever made me feel before. With amazing combat, gorgeous graphics, variation in both enemies, environments, weapons and mechanics that goes beyond the sunset. In other words, a very easy recommend from me. This is beautiful.